Woke activists will never learn and they will never change. Not even when they completely and utterly destroy a business. Because these people do not care about the company. They do not care about their coworkers. All they care about is pushing their narrative. And that's what we saw happen with G4TV. When they allowed people like Frosk and people like Adam Sessler to drive their audience away, to tell them, if you don't like my politics, I don't want you watching. To call them racist, to call them incels, to call them sexist, to call them bigots. That's what G4TV allowed at their company. And now they're paying the price. As we saw massive layoffs, dozens and dozens of people let go from G4 as a direct result of Frosk's rant. And like we've mentioned before, Adam Sessler was a big part of the bad PR that G4TV was getting during that time period as well. Because it wasn't just Frosk's sexism in gaming rant that got them a lot of bad headlines. Of course, that was a big deal. But you also had Adam Sessler during that same time period just insulting anybody on the right wing, insulting any conservatives just openly and blatantly on Twitter. G4TV host Adam Sessler claims Republicans are stupid, racist, and drink piss, and previously wished his Republican family members would die. Well, you might think that with everything going on at G4TV, with all the layoffs, that maybe these people would have the fucking sense to stop the behavior that got so many of their friends fired, but no. Activists do not learn. They do not care. They will do anything and everything to promote their narrative. That's why we saw Frosk clearly not give a shit right after all her coworkers, so many people that she knew and worked with that she supposedly cares about, after they get fired. She posts a meme, I survived, and of course got ratioed to hell. Look at this, 1,500 comments to 500 likes. I'm pretty sure Frostbitten destroyed her. 2,000 likes for Frostbitten. Clearly the superior version of Frosk, with Chrissy Mayer right there. Shout out to Gary, who ratioed the hell out of Frosk. He wasn't the only one. But what has Adam Sessler been doing in this time period? While people have lost their jobs as a direct result of his actions, his pushing the audience away, him alienating the audience. Well, of course, this is him. His entire timeline is full of him fighting with his audience, fighting with the fan base, fighting with anyone who he thinks might be a conservative, might be a Republican, whatever. His entire timeline, it's not about video games. It's not about G4TV. It's nothing. It's all politics, and if you don't agree with his hard left politics, you're a piece of shit. He's gonna go after you. He's gonna attack you with his, I mean, he's got 250,000 followers and gets barely interaction, so maybe it's not that bad. Enough to make some people delete their tweets, I suppose, but we'll just collect a sampling. One thing I'll say about my feeble-minded Trump-sucking bots in my mentions today is their messaging's all over the place. Pretty strong sign that Putin is getting his ass kicked and can't help out as much. What else? Teach me how to not read. You and your fellow unfuckables do it so well. What about this? If you vote Republican, you can add human trafficking to your love of racism and rape and your hate of science and big words. It's someone responds. Says the guy who literally says he wants his family to eat shit and die if they didn't vote the way you wanted them to. Somewhere along the way, you've let your politics make you forget you're supposed to be a human and your family is family. He's fighting with this guy. This is, what, 30 minutes ago? Like, all this man is doing right now. He does not give a fuck about his fellow employees. He sent out one tweet about his employees losing their jobs and proceeded to go ahead and do the very same thing that led to G4 crashing and burning. There's no problem with making your politics known, with putting your politics out there on your platform. But when this is the thing that drove so many people away from you, when you directly told people, if you don't like my politics, don't watch this channel, don't watch this, don't watch that, don't support us, that's exactly what they're going to do. And in the same way that they did that with Frosk, people have done that with Adam Sessler. A guy, shockingly, that 15 years ago, people used to like. Well, maybe 20. Maybe we'll make it all the way 20. But there's no doubt that Adam Sessler had a lot of pull. There's a lot of people that watched X-Play, that watched Adam Sessler and everything he did and had a lot of respect for him. But that was when he was talking about video games. Now, he never talks about video games. That has nothing to do with what you find on Adam Sessler's timeline. That is the reason G4 is dying, because they decided to double and triple down on activists who only care about pushing their politics and their narrative down your throat, and they despise you if you don't agree with them. That's the real big thing. That's why they'll never change. And that's why any company they move to, anyone that hires Frosk or someone like that after this, they will eventually fail too. This is what they do. They do not care about the company. They do not care about their coworkers. All they care about is themselves. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.
Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.